Hi folks. Today I thought we'd shift gears a little bit and look at a problem that you might run into with your Thermo King Tri-Pack Evolution APU. These APUs often have starting issues. The engine will go through its starting sequence and crank over, but it'll fail to start. Oftentimes it's led back to one simple cause. Here we'll take a look at the unit with the front cover removed so you can see what's going on here. When these engines go through their starting sequence, there's a couple of distinct sounds that you should be listening for. First is the alarm buzzer. This goes off to let you know that the engine is about to start, so keep your fingers out of there. The other sound you'll be listening for is the fuel pump itself. The electric lift pump or fuel pump often dies on these. If you don't hear this sound, and the engine won't fire up, it's a good chance that that's your problem. In this generation of the Tri-Pack, the fuel pump is mounted in the front. Here you can see where the fuel pump is mounted on the frame. Here you can see where the 2-pin electrical connector for the fuel pump is. A simple check is to look for voltage at the 2-pin connector while the engine is trying to start. If you have strong voltage and ground there, chances are your fuel pump is dead. So let's swap it out. First, we'll go ahead and disconnect the electrical connector. Then we'll remove the 2 screws that hold the pump to the front bracket. Now directly off the inlet side of the pump is a 90-degree elbow fitting that goes into the outlet side of your primary fuel filter. So the primary fuel filter will have to be removed from its mounting bracket as well. The fuel filter is held in place with this single screw. This screw is in a pretty tight spot. It'll come out slowly but surely. Now we'll disconnect the fuel line on the outlet side of the pump. You'll notice that I have one screw loosely back in place mounting the pump just to make it easier to do this with one hand. Now with everything disconnected, you can spin the entire pump off of the 90-degree connector. It's a tight fit to get the entire pump to rotate in there, but there's enough room if you move it around just right. Now we'll get our new pump ready to go in. First we'll transfer over the old fuel fittings into it and take note of the direction of flow stamped into the pump. Be sure to use a little thread sealant on the fittings. Now you may be able to get the pump to thread back onto that 90-degree elbow in the same amount of space that you used to remove it, but it's going to be tough. A way to make it a little bit easier is to move the bracket that the pump is bolted to. It's held in place with 3 more screws. 2 of them are visible in the front and 1 is tucked up in the back. Some fuel lines run through the bracket so you won't be able to remove it entirely, but you can move it out of your way enough that it'll make it much easier to install the pump. Once you have the pump threaded back on this fitting, it's just a matter of reinstalling the outlet fuel line, mounting everything back up the way you found it, and plugging the pump in. At this point, you should be back in business. When you fire up the APU, you should hear the fuel pump run and prime, and then the engine should start. So once again, I hope this video was useful for you. If it was, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more. And of course, thanks for watching.